Successful businesswoman, 25 years, great career, making good money, just not enjoying the job anymore. Goes groomer. God, no wonder I called my channel Go Groomer. Okay, so
It's important for a groomer not to just start off thinking that they got it. Your business can go in a
yeah,
minute. From grooming her from the beginning and having the tools I have now makes my life so much easier.
and you hear this and you go, well, that's going to fail. They're just setting themselves up to fail. And I always try to help people avoid that. But I'm going to ask you the questions that are going to lead into a great conversation. This is going to help so many other people. And I just can't wait to get started. So before we do, I want to properly introduce you. You are Dawn Leigh from
San Leandro, California.
Beautiful California. My first question to you, and I'm sure our viewers are going to want to know this too, because see, a lot of people only start thinking about a path to becoming a professional groomer later in life. You know, whether it's in the 30s or 40s or 50s and even their 60s.
I'm hitting 58, so I'm right there.
I love it. And look at you. You're the picture of youth.
Oh, you have no idea how excited I am because as a child, my mother raised Samoyeds. I was with them. My dog was named Tatter. She would open the doors for me. She'd take me out playing. I was never alone because I had my companion, right?
Your dogs were your babysitters
Yeah.
and your guardians
Exactly.
too.
Basically, back then, yeah, it was a lot
Yeah.
more safer back then. And as time went on, if I had the opportunity to take that opportunity at a younger age and become a groomer, I probably would have been so good at it. But I'm here
Things
now.
happen, but you grew up in a time, so you're a little, I'm 52. We kind of grew up in the same area. You're a little older than me, not much. I know when I was growing up, I want to be a pet groomer. That wasn't an option. It was just, you don't want to be a pet groomer.
Yeah.
Because for many reasons, pet grooming wasn't something that a lot of people could afford, right? My mother, and my father, they provided for us, but my dad, when we were younger, was the only working income. So,
My mom
it
too.
just sure there's so many
Yeah.
similarities between us. And I was just like you. I would be the one taking my dog out back under the tree and pretending, that he could talk
They
and he
talk,
was
but they do talk.
yeah, but
You know,
you already have that connection, and in our generation, we would have never known how to direct that towards the pet grooming because it just wasn't something anybody did. Nobody talked about it. In fact, most people didn't even get their pets groomed, but we didn't even know what pet care meant as far as health for your pet.
in
What's
coat
best?
condition. Yes,
Yeah, we didn't know.
definitely. Not
Get
at
out the
all.
Dawn dish soap and go wash Frosty in the backyard.
Or we'd use our shampoo.
Yeah, which that was a luxury. I'm gonna wash you with Perel.
Yeah. You're so right.
Girl, we grew up at the same time.
Yeah,
Things were
definitely.
about the same when we were growing up. This leads me to really ask the dying question, and I can't wait to hear your answer. And this is what I want our viewers to hone in on because a lot of people are going to relate to you, Dawn, wanting to make a change and what made you do that. So, what made you decide to take this journey as a pet groomer and become certified as well, not just I want to be a groomer. What made you decide I want to learn how to become a groomer? I want to become a groomer and I want to be certified.
I've always thought about it, but it was always in the back of my mind. I've come a long way and I'm a lot more confident about myself now to where I can feel like I can take the steps and accomplish it.
You mean
So,
you're more confident as yourself as a person?
as a person,
Yeah.
yes. It took a lot of growing and to be more confident to step out of my comfort zone.
What were
And
you
that's
doing before?
I'm still doing it. I'm an executive assistant over 25 years.
So you've
And
got a great career.
it's not rewarding, it's babysitting.
It definitely provides a great life for you, but you said, hold on, put the brakes on. I'm going to do double time. I'm going to learn how to groom and I'm going to continue to work this job. You're working hard, and that's what most groomers have to do.
You do. You got to
You
commit.
can't just go right over there and say, I'm going to do this. It takes time just to learn how to groom.
So just to give you a small example now, the first lesson is ears and clipping the nails.
It's experience. You're learning how to judge that. You're learning that every quick is different. And you're learning that every quick on the same dog paw the nails can be different lengths because a dog may walk with a little bit of arthritis. He's wearing this one down.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
you learn that from experience.
I did.
The only way to learn
it. It took me at least 3 weeks to really become comfortable. Don't let your eyesight do something about it. Go get those micro magnify. I did magnifying glasses with the light. It changed my life. I was able to snip, 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 snip. I was done.
Lighting and make sure you can see. If you struggle a little bit with nearsighted, all of us after 40 do.
Oh yeah.
Get you some readers for grooming only.
Yep.
You're this close to the dog the whole time anyway. You're on fire because you're already paying attention to what is making you successful as you're learning.
I talked to my girlfriend this morning because I told her I was going to talk to you, and it's such a privilege. I'm so excited. I get to talk to someone who's like famous.
Oh, I was excited to talk to you all day too. I really was. I can't wait to hear the rest of your story. What made you decide on the Paragon School of Pet Grooming, which I do think that is one of the best options out there.
It is. I actually looked at all the schools. Paragon is an online school. And I think what I'm going to also do, not to get off the point, is I'm going to start reaching out to groomers and tell them to reach out to Paragon because students need help. And you have to find your own animal, right? Once I get real good, I'm going to give it back. I'm going to mentor a few people for free.
It feels
I'm going to get in contact with the school and give them my information.
And that's perfect right there. The school's got all the beginners you want.
Exactly.
That are going to be like, I'll take you up on that. I would love a mentor, And
I'm going to be based out of San Ramon. Everything is just so self-explanatory. They're very patient. The videos, your mentor is right on target. They never miss a beat.
You are in communication with
Definitely.
a mentor.
Oh, yeah.
So you get your lesson, you line up your practice dogs, you get going, and then you meet with your mentor.
Yes. Any problems you have, if you're having issues, all you got to do is email them. They respond back 2 or 3 times a day, and they give you such good advice. She takes the time and she sends us links. You need to get a groomer's helper. Try these types of things. So she's showing you the things that you should be using, the tools, and not overstress your pup also, because if you're stressed, the pup is definitely going to get stressed. In the very beginning, it's like Angel, who's the groomer, she picks the dog up, clips it, no problem. They put the dog in my hand and they're like, it has a lot to do with yourself.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that. Here's another quick little suggestion. I don't know that I've ever said this on my channel to anybody, but one thing that I feel is a resource to calm you. Don't forget about the dog. The dog is therapy for us. And though he may be upset at the moment, find comfort in him to bring you down so that you both can move on together.
And it works because I do.
I want to know what made you say, I have a successful career, been doing it for 25 years, and I really think I want to do dog grooming.
Well, I had a lot on my plate. We go out every morning at 4:30 a.m. I take my pup out and we go running and stuff. A stray came running up on us. My dog doesn't play with other dogs usually, and they just started playing.
Aww.
So I'm walking back to the park and this dog jumps in my car.
Oh, and it was a stray.
Yeah, poor baby. When I got him home, I gave him a bath and everything, took him to see if he was chipped. Yeah. He was so dehydrated, very malnutritioned. Now he's doing great. But
you have him.
Yes, I kept him. But that means double the cost, right?
Yeah. Double the work, double the maintenance between.
I'm on one income. I couldn't do it. It would have just been so bad. So I'm like, you know what? You need to be an asset to me, not a debt.
Oh, yes.
100% right off. My dogs are my marketing. So they're my marketing, even on my business cards. I lease the car 100% under the business. So I knew I just love being with dogs and I love washing my own dogs. It just makes me feel good. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to become a groomer. People looked at me because I just had got my business degree finally, right? Really done. You're going to go back to school. Yeah.
Your business degree is going to help you tremendously run this business.
Exactly. But what I didn't do, and I hope people are listening, is I didn't just jump into it. I sat there and said, okay, these are the things I need. I need to finance my school. Before I start and open the business, I need all these things in place, but I don't want to be in debt.
Right.
I purchased all my supplies and I got my schooling. And now I'm just trying to pay it off. what I also done, you know, the Prima system,
The
right?
Prima Bathing System.
Yes.
I've been using
I
it
put that
forever.
on a GoFundMe. Every dog that I do contributions goes there. I got $500 more to go. I'm getting that sucker.
Are you serious?
GoFundMe. And what I did is I sent it out and I sent it to my family and friends. And I said, birthday
Yeah.
presents,
You're
anything
like,
you'd
I
like to
need
get me.
this. If you want to get me something, this is it. Don't get me perfume. Don't get me this for my
Exactly.
birthday.
I
Get
don't
me
care if it's
smart.
$5, $2. You know, I appreciate any contribution. Like my sister, I do all the dogs in the family. So she throws 100 on it every month. My girlfriend's going out of town. She sends me 600. I put it in the savings. Anything I make goes right back into the business or anything that's
Right.
given to me, because when I start my business, I want to be debt free almost.
That's the way to go. All these expenses are write-offs, of course, but they're expenses nonetheless, and you still have to live and healthcare and all the other things. Before we move forward, I just love the way you think. You are a true businesswoman too, by the way, which is such an asset. And it wouldn't hurt somebody who wanted to become a groomer to also take even just a basic online business course, would it?
Definitely, they should.
There's
Because
inexpensive ones.
right.
Before we move on, I want you to send me your link for your GoFundMe, okay? And I'm going to contribute to it, and it's also going to go in the description of this video because
Oh,
I
you want
know
me to
our
send
Go
it to
Groomer
you now?
community wants you to succeed, and I know you're going to hit that as soon as I make this video.
Oh my God.
So you're going to get your Prima, and that's exciting.
And I'm going to use your code.
I was just going to, that was the next thing I was going to say. You took the words right out of my mouth. I said, don't forget, I am affiliated with them. Finally, hello. So they reached out to me and they said, we want you. And I'm like, it's about time.
Yeah.
So you will get 15% off. And that is, yeah, you be
That's a
sure to
lot
use that.
for the price that you're putting out, right?
It's a big
It'll
ticket
pay for
item.
the taxes at least.
Yeah,
You know,
you email that to me. I'm going to contribute to it. And I know that our audience will. And
oh my God, I'm so grateful. I have been so blessed. The community here is just so warm. I went to 2 different groomers and they both said yes. If you do end up getting a groomer to help you, be respectful. Never bring your business name in. Never talk to the customers. When there's something that needs to be done, you ask that groomer to take charge and you walk out of that room.
Yeah.
Because that's their business.
It's their
you know?
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
And their livelihood. Let's paint this picture. Successful businesswoman, 25 years, great career, making good money, just not enjoying the job anymore, goes groomer. Gosh, no wonder I called my channel Go Groomer. Okay, so she goes groomer. She already knows a lot about business, which is a big hand up. She knows the importance of reinvesting everything back into the business before she's up and running to hopefully have everything paid off. And she knows the importance of good tools, products, and how to use them. And she is in school to become a certified pet groomer because she wants to be armed with all the knowledge, and you chose a good school. So that's where we're at thus far in the story of Dawn, and I'm loving it already.
Thanks.
Now we got more questions. When did you begin the training for the school?
October 1st. I paid for it September 29th and started October 1st. I waited a week for my book. So while I was waiting, I was stressing myself out. I got to find somebody. I got to find dogs because all our dogs are groomed.
Yeah, but you still will definitely, your dogs will be your lesson dogs.
Oh, yeah.
All your
Definitely.
dogs, your family dogs are your lesson dogs. Do they tell you in your curriculum, like, does it say, give you kind of a prequel? Like, you're going to need to do 25 sanitary trims, 25 nail trim. Is there?
They talk about 10 dogs. And, you know, like I have my Paragon list. If they give you a list like this and you write down every animal that you do, and one animal could be 3 different lessons already.
Right.
They do lock you in and you're not allowed to move to the next one until you successfully completed it. And that's what I love about it, because once you complete it, you have that confidence that you know you're doing it.
You are born to be a groomer. And you know what? I am so happy to hear that you're like, I'm 58 years old. A lot of people just said, hey, I'm going to ride the wave. I want to get in and out. I want to land the plane, right?
Yeah, but you got to work for that.
You got to work for it.
If you haven't,
and you're like, I got 6 more years of misery. I don't think so.
I want to be able to say, hey, I'll see you later. I'm quitting.
You know, I'm so proud of you.
Because, well, I needed also to make sure I make it to 70 so I get my full Social Security and then I can have fun with my grooming.
You can do it all on your terms.
Yes, I didn't do the clipping, so I don't do the cutting yet. That's the second course. I mean, I wash 4 and I'm wash, clip, ears, dry. at least 4 or 5 dogs a day when I'm at the groomers.
Oh, and you're getting that experience. So,
Yes.
so Dawn, let me catch everybody up if they missed that. Dawn went and asked 2 groomers, and both of them said yes, if she could work for them as she's learning and do, like as
free.
she's working through lessons, that she gets to apply some of this. Plus, you also are lining up dogs on the side for you to do
Right.
the lessons that you need to do.
But lately, I haven't been having to line dogs up because we have so many different dogs, like the heavy coat I'm on right now. We got like 3 heavy coats this week. So I have to work on heavy coats now. That's my lesson.
Like a Samoyed or a Bernese
Right.
Mountain Dog.
Right.
Very
Right.
dense, heavy, double shedded, double coat.
Exactly. So what you do is you take a before picture of a profile, make sure that you get a real good picture.
Yeah.
And then after you're done, you take pictures, real good pictures, and you submit them. That's how you get graded. And then they'll release you to go into the next lesson because it's locked.
Did you pay for a full, how many lessons is it?
So there is, I think, 4 courses. This is the main one to get
Uh-huh.
you going. The second one is on cutting and trimming.
Did you buy it all as a package?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yes. So I got all 3 courses because I saved some money. However, not everybody can finance it all in one lump sum. I need other things I need to get. A firm is linked up with them. A firm, it's a credit company.
Oh,
I pay $158 a month.
financing it.
12 months. I did 100 and something I can afford.
Yes.
That's
good. See, there again, your business sense says, hey, there's a will, there's a way. My money is better for me not to pull this money out of my savings and leave me with nothing in case of an emergency.
Exactly.
If I can finance it, that is much smarter.
Right.
Paragon kind of puts you in contact with this company.
Yeah. So as you're working through it and signing on everything, as you log out, get ready to pay, it has that.
That's an option right there for you.
Yes.
That's great. So
I do recommend Paragon Pet School, though.
I've only heard good things.
Yes.
All good things.
The other ones, I looked at all of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could pay $11,000 and go in school, but who has time for that?
Not many people that are choosing to switch careers really can't do that. Yeah. I couldn't either when I was starting grooming.
I actually was privileged to get my business degree for free because my union paid for my college. I take care of my mom. So through the IHSS program, I'm with the union, the SEIU, and they pay for college, online college.
And you got your business degree that way?
I did. I got it in human resource because that's what I've always been in.
That's smart.
So I figured let's just do that. You can use it in your business when you're in your human resource. You are the human resource person in your own business, That's
right. And I'll tell you what, running a pet grooming business requires you to be very dedicated to staying on track with your business, keeping up with your business. It requires you to be very aggressive in keeping that business in check.
Exactly.
Because if the business starts to fail, that's your income. It's also your livelihood. It's your reputation. It's all the things.
It's everything.
It is. Do they give you a timeline and say,
They do, but this is my timeline. Can you see the whole thing?
Yeah, I see it. January 25. So they're hoping that they can get you through that by January 29th.
And I'm already 66% done.
Done.
You don't have to wait until the last day to submit. You can submit early. This is just the timeline they're giving you.
But it's really helping you that you're working with the groomer. That's
It
helping
is.
you to move along faster. It's giving you the experience.
She used to train people herself.
Did she
At
really?
the Petco in Dublin, she actually ran it.
Yeah, you just fell into a gold mine situation with that.
I'm so appreciative.
She's a teacher. I mean, she brings that teaching mind to a beginner, and that is so helpful. She's driven. She's like you. A lot of people are that way. A lot of people watching this are going to be able to relate with you. So you're going to be an inspiration. I'm telling you that right now.
My friend owns Camp Bow Wow in San Ramon. It's a board training facility.
Do they groom there too? Or
yes.
So
they groom, but they just do the wash. They don't do the trimming or anything. And I said, let me come in and groom your dogs for free.
Yeah.
I said, I'm here to do anything you want me to do. I cleaned cages. I picked up poop. I did everything I could do for them. That grooming center is mine.
What?
He's offered it to lease it to me. They already have the program ready and waiting for me because I put in the hard work. You got to put in the hard work.
Wow. So
Yeah.
they're ready.
That was my first step there. That was my number one step, was to see how I really did like it.
So they're going to lease an existing successful business to you. Well, then that just erases my next question? Maybe not. My next question is when you finish, which hopefully is going to be the end of January, February of 2025. It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
So when you finish, what do you fear most about that day? Okay, now I did it. It's go time.
Grooming dogs and sending them home with their parents.
So you, wait a
I'm
minute,
afraid of people.
you're afraid of the people.
You always want to do the best you can.
You're a perfectionist too.
If they're not happy, it can really put a downer on me. I'm
Okay.
learning try not to do it, but it does. And it's because I care about what I do. You know, I put a
Sure.
lot of love into it. Here goes an example. Angel had groomed a dog really cute, so cute. But then the owner came back the next day and she goes, I don't like it.
But it was just a matter of preference. And you're going to have that. I've got some advice for you on that. The first piece of advice is become a people person, because I want you to create a relationship with each and every one of your clients. And it's important. And when I say relationship, I mean a trusting, we're in this together. I see a lot of groomers that people take their dog into the groomer, they hand the leash. What time do you want me to come back? Oh, I don't know. How about I'll call you? Yep, bye. And they walk away.
No,
What kind of
Angel,
relationship was that?
right. Angel has taught me. Right. So what she does, everything that Paragon teaches you, she does. She walks up, she's talking to the owner. She's talking about, is there anything, what do you want? What are you looking for? As she's doing that, they finally pass the pup to her. She's feeling on the pup.
Yep.
She does this with
every dog.
Yes.
I did too. It was part of my check-in process, and the client didn't even know it. They think that I'm shooting the breeze with them for 5 minutes because I gave them about 5 minutes.
Right.
And I would, how's it going? How's your granddaughter's soccer? She finally, she get through that. Oh, yeah. As we're talking, I'm looking up at the client. I'm down here petting Fluffy. Good.
Yeah.
Well, while I'm petting Fluffy, I'm feeling to see if she's mad at it. I'm not telling the client that. I don't want to insult them. I want to know what I'm dealing with before I'm dealing with it.
Right.
So I can tell her I need more time.
Yes.
So I'm feeling the dog and I'll look down. How you doing, Fluffy? This is also a time that relaxes the dog. It's that transition. We're helping that transition. The owner's still there. I'm paying attention to the dog. The dog knows me. And I'm petting it. Is there any flea, anything? I always ask the client, anything new with Fluffy? Anything you've noticed? Is she limping? Is she having trouble? Is she's getting older? Any sight delays that you're noticing? I always say, any warts, anything I should be aware. See, and that is right there. That's not only preparing you to be careful of it when you're grooming, but it's building trust with the client.
Yes.
Dawn cares enough about me to ask me if there's any new bumps, lumps, or anything, because she wants to make sure the Fluffy's safe. All of this is building trust. Build trust with their clients, and eventually, after a few sessions of grooming their dog, you're already going to feel like, a family.
Part of the family. Yeah.
Yeah. And there will be times when they say, I didn't really like the way you trimmed your ears. Take it with a grain of salt. It's okay. You're not a mind reader. Say, okay, this time I'll shorten them up for you. See what you think. Okay. You just work together. It's easy to work together with clients if you really put yourself out there to be a together team type of thing.
I'm going to work on that.
You can do it. I can see your personality with me and just talking to you. You have a very positive, happy presence. I sense confidence, so use it. Use your confidence. And another thing I want to tell you about being a beginner and a perfectionist. Don't forget, for the first 2 years, you're going to be grooming a lot of dogs. You're going to have to, because of the way you are going to have to remind yourself, you're still a beginner.
Yeah.
It's not going to always come out the way you wanted it to. But knowing what you want and striving for it is how you get there. And when you take the dog, because you're such a perfectionist, when you take the dog out, don't be ashamed as a beginner-ish groomer to say, I am still perfecting my scissor skills. And I got to tell you, I wish Fluffy looked better right now, but I'll get you there. We'll get there. I need a little more practice. And thanks for being patient. That kind of thing. Build that relationship the whole time you're a beginner with your clients.
Good advice. I'm going to take it.
But you can't forget you're a beginner. I used to do it too. I was so hard on myself, but I couldn't do what I visioned I wanted to do.
Right.
It just wasn't coming out the exact same way. They were pleasing results, but it wasn't the work I'm producing now. And in my head, I'm going, that's what I want it to look like. Why doesn't it look that way? I had to keep reminding myself, because you're a beginner, you don't have that experience yet. You haven't honed your skills yet. You got to perfect your craft.
Right.
The only way to do it is each and every groom.
Yeah.
Each groom is experience. So
Yes.
don't forget that. But as a beginner, it doesn't mean you need to charge less. I have a lot of people that ask me that. So I wanted to throw that out to you too. You still have the costs. You still have to
Exactly.
pay for the training. And if you have to justify that to a client, then that's what you tell them. If they say, well, yeah, but you just started out. You're not looking for people to come in for a cheap groom. You're
No.
looking for lifelong clients.
That's the reason why I went to school. So
Yeah.
I can give you the proper grooming. So I can do it right.
Yep.
By doing that, these are my prices.
Yes. And I obviously have a facility. And
Yes.
so, along with that comes some costs. And I am so excited to serve this community. Boom,
Exactly.
leave it there. But you are excited. You are.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get too excited because I want to stay focused.
I think you will.
It's important.
But
And
just remind yourself of that. Everybody gets to take that fork in the road if they want to. And this is your fork in the road. So, your boss will deal with it. She'll have to find a replacement. And that's not easy either. But hey, that's life. Just like if down the road, if you finally hire an assistant, what if she up and changes her mind and decides to move to Pennsylvania from California? You'll be like, darn, it really leaves me in a spot. Everybody has to deal with that at some point in their life.
Yep.
And you just have to work through it. What are the areas of struggle at this point in your training, Dawn, that come to mind?
Right this second, I just mastered it. So I'm not really intimidated about it. I know how to wash and I know how to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I always make sure that my paper's up there so I do according to what I'm supposed to do. So I never forget.
The steps.
It was mainly the nails. Yes, the steps. I printed out all your stuff.
I'm so glad. Hey, I make these things for. Oh, I make these things for a reason.
I literally will paste things like this on my wall,
Good.
right by my grooming table.
That reminds you.
You get intimidated at first. You're scared. You don't want to
second guess yourself.
Yeah, but if you have pictures, because I have ADHD, I'm dyslexic severely. I just found out at 50. So
well, you've lived with it this long. Apparently, you've mastered that too.
Exactly. So. I'm picture driven.
Yeah, me too.
And it helps me. These are videos that
and you just took a snapshot of it.
Exactly. Good. I pasted up there above my grooming table because I have a whole setup in my garage too.
Yeah. But good. Yeah, because you have to do some practice work at home too. You can't do everything you need to do for school. You can't always get that at the grooming salon that you're helping out with.
Exactly.
But she'll be like, no, these are clients. I'm not going to let you do the haircut. I have to do the haircut.
Yeah, I get it. I think she will let me. So what I did also for the next course, because that's the cutting and everything, I bought two dogs.
Oh, so practice dogs.
Yeah, so I can see and do. And then also, I don't know if it was you, but somebody was talking. I think it was you. You could even practice on the paint
rollers.
Exactly.
Sure. And I advise that. You're just building that dexterity for your scissor work. If you have trouble holding your clipper, it feels awkward, you can even practice that on a paint roller. Getting comfortable holding your tools, first of all, makes you use them properly, which is very important. You want to use your tools properly so you don't hurt your wrist, you don't hurt your thumb. Hey, I've been grooming since 2003 and I have no injuries to my thumbs or my wrist.
Have you insured your hands?
No. Well, no. I insure my business, but that's it. You can do that.
Is your hands. Fighters, right?
Disability thing. If I did have to go out on a surgery, it'll pick.
Or if you're permanently injured, you should insure your hands. I'm going to get ready to do that.
That's a great idea. Where did you learn about that? Did the other groomer tell you that you work for?
You just These are things that go through my head every single day because I don't want to get caught with my pants down.
Yeah. I guess there's advantages to being ADHD.
Yeah.
You checked all the boxes
Yeah.
twice.
I even the insurance that I got that I'm going to get. The only thing though is I need to shop around because this is the first quote I got for 1800, but it covers me from being in a facility,
My policy does too. It travels with me. Insurances have gone up, inflation, everything has gone up. So maybe that's an inflated price because of inflation. Check out Travelers Insurance, Travelers, like travelers. I believe that is with Gibson Governor. So they're like a dual thing. Or look up Gibson Governor insurance, pet insurance separately. Another one I switched recently to our homeowners and car insurance is all through Erie Insurance, ERIE, definitely nationwide. Erie Insurance gave me a really nice package, actually better coverage than what I had that was $580 a year. That's how much
really.
580 is what my policy cost. And that policy will go anywhere with me. If I
Oh,
go
yes, I'm
and prep
definitely
dog
going to.
show dogs or whatever.
I have farmers insurance. If they find out that I'm doing some type of work for pets, they'll shut me down.
They
So I
will, but you're not going to be running a business there.
mm-mm,
So you don't
I'm
have
not
you're still okay. You're
really.
still, yes, you're still okay. Now you're not taking payment on your class dogs, right? Then you're fine. You're
Oh,
fine. You're absolutely
okay.
fine. It's if it's a business. I mean, you could do an umbrella policy if you
I
called
have
your
an umbrella policy already. Yeah.
well, then you're good.
Really? Oh, I
Yes.
didn't know.
Yes. And you can call farmers. Is that who you have your umbrella policy with? And say, hey, I am learning a trade, but I'm not working here. I'm still practicing, but on live animals. I do have prospective clients for the future dropping dogs off. I am not charging. It is not a business. And it does my umbrella policy cover me through my training for that? And I'm sure it will. Now, you may still have to have your other insurance policy because you're working in the other grooming salon.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna get
Yeah.
that. But
Well, check
eighteen
into those
hundred
three
dollars, if
options
I
for
can get
sure.
it cheaper than $1,800, that's
1800
great
sounds pretty heavy.
for a year. Yeah,
Check into those three options.
I will definitely.
But I'm
Yeah.
glad
Thank
you
you.
said something about that. But are there any other things that intimidate you or that the thought of when it is finally go time and you've already got a business you're stepping into, so you're gonna have a little bit of a heavy load, right?
Yeah.
Does that
So
scare you?
it's intimidating because it's something that I've never done before. And it's scary because it is something different for me. It's
Yeah.
mine.
Because you're a
It's mine.
perfectionist, it's out of your comfort zone, but it is yours. Continue on with your enthusiasm for your business and for your
Yeah.
pride in your own business and focus on your skills. Practice like you are already doing. Practice doing everything in the same order every time, and it
Right.
becomes mindless. You don't even have to think about.
Watch the video. I already
Yeah.
watched it twice.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
true.
it is true.
That's why I created my 11 steps to grooming dogs. Yeah, I didn't actually put that into paper until you guys, till I had a YouTube audience and I had to sit down and think about it. And I'm like, well, Amy, you learned early to make a procedure,
Right.
align the steps to the groom and follow it every time. And you were able to attain your time frames for grooming the
Exactly.
dogs.
That's also important, because
Yeah,
you have a time limit. And I had to learn, that's what I had to learn at Angels Grooming,
it's hard.
because I had to do 4 dogs on Sunday. So I knew I was on a time limit,
Yep.
so I knew I couldn't just because I massage them. I did what I had to do, a little bit of massaging, but then
Yeah.
I found my other 80-pound dog, and I'm like, okay, now I can really sit here and massage. This is my pup. I'm at home.
You
But
take your
yeah,
time.
you have to be mindful of the time
Time.
if you want to run a business. Bottom
I'm
line.
so glad you already know that. See, these are the things that I often have to point out to beginners. They say, I'm stressed. How am I going to keep up? And I'm like, you need to break down the grooming session I break it down into three categories. And I have a blueprint for that too. Three categories. I time them, say, for a small dog, anything Schnauzer, um, a Yorkie, a Maltese, a Shih Tzu, a Lhasa Apso, small dog. mixed breed, doesn't matter. I try to get that dog done in 90 minutes. Now, I may not tell a customer to pick it up in 90 minutes. I may give myself an extra 15 in case the dog had a poopy attack or
Right.
I had to go potty or whatever, you know. But that was what I hold myself accountable to, is to learn to groom to 90 minutes for a small dog. And by breaking that into those categories, the bath, condition, blow dry, and full brush out, 20 minutes.
Whoa.
20 minutes. I could do it all day long with a Prima Bathing System and a good dryer.
Yeah, I have
And
a
I
good
don't
dryer.
mean turn that force dryer on high just to get it done. I mean, I bathed and conditioned. Conditioning is key because it
Yes.
actually balances and they will dry fast. People don't believe it, but they
But
do.
it's true. It does. I've taken your advice many, many times
I'm
and it
so
works.
glad. I wouldn't
It
tell you
works.
guys if it wasn't the absolute Bible for me, and it
Mhm.
is. And I've tried everything every way possible, trust me. And that's what works.
It does.
Yeah. All my clipper work I want to have done within like 15, 20 minutes. I set that as the second part. And that clipper work includes body, legs, sanitary trimming, which is pad the feet, privates, and head trimming. Then the
Mhm.
last part of the groom, which I think I break it down into 20 minutes. I don't know. It's in my paper. I forget. It's the complete dog grooming guide. Complete dog grooming guide. I'll link it below for everybody. It's in my videos in the links. But then the last part is more like 40 minutes, I think, and that's my scissor finishing work. I never
Yeah.
want to rush with that. That's
So
how I make the dog look pretty.
that's what I'm intimidated. I'm intimidated when clippers and scissoring
That's
when it
because you're
comes to
not
that.
so good at it yet.
No.
And you're not expected to be. That's why I keep having to remind you that you are a beginner.
Yeah. So Angel told me when she first started out, her dogs would come out with helmets like Darth
Yeah.
Vader because she was so afraid to
Yeah,
overcut.
I know. And I would look at it too. I would look at my work and I'd go, it just it doesn't look balanced. And that's another thing that I learned through further education. You're going to grooming seminars, pay the $100 for a good seminar with a good
Yeah.
groomer. The first thing they're going to tell you is balance and symmetry. That's what you're looking for in your grooms. You want the head to be balanced with the body and the legs. So in other words, if it's a summer trim and you did the body work with a 1/4 inch guard comb and the legs, you can't do a 3/4 inch guard comb on the head because the head's going to look like this and the legs are going to be that big. You want to, you want everything to work
Blend.
together.
Right.
Yeah. If
Oh
it's a
my God.
shorter cut, you got to do the same style, but shorten it.
Got
Yeah,
it.
you learn all that, but that's something that I learned and pushed play on in my grooms professionally. I'm like, oh, why couldn't I just think of that by myself? It makes so much sense. But you know, hey, somebody else has to tell you, you take the advice, you implement it, it's a win.
Yes.
I mean, you are well on your way, but definitely understand sometimes you are going to pick apart your grooms, but you should because that's how you're looking at what you did and you say, okay, I'm still sending Fluffy home today, but I'm looking and I know exactly what I'm going to change when she comes back in 6 weeks. And I'm going to
Yeah.
try this.
Notes. That
Yeah.
helps a lot. That yeah, that's what they're saying. You keep good notes,
Yeah.
you know,
Eventually you'll be able to determine all that just by looking at the dog.
but
But
not right now.
that doesn't come for like 5 years or
I'm still
more.
trying to understand the clippers, and it's like, okay, the size is 7. And then I went and got one of the Kinji clippers, and it's so light.
The white one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that one.
I think it's good for beginners when it comes to sanitary trims and everything because
Oh,
it's
it's
already
great.
on the sets and it's
And
light.
and the feet, it's so easy. And some
Mhm.
dogs are sensitive, you know, if you're because you can get guard combs for that, but you have to get the additional 30 blade.
Yeah.
So it's dogs that are sensitive and puppies, this is another good tip. Puppies are always going to be a little sensitive because you're desensitizing them to the whole part of grooming, every aspect of it. Sometimes the first little light trimming, the first or second, if you can get away with using that flash and guard combs, they have all the same guard comb sizes as we got for our A5 clippers, but you have to get the ones that are for the 5-in-1
4-in-1.
clippers.
Yeah, I was reading
They're
all
on
the
Kenchi's
information.
website.
Yeah, I actually, so what I also did, just not to get off the point, was I built my own kit for school. You could buy it for $1,400.
Yeah.
You're better off building your own kit. I got all my Kenji scissors that I wanted. I bought my own 2-speed clippers. And it's just because these are the things I'm going to be using in my business. So instead of getting what they're giving me, I'm building my own kit.
You're gonna choose better brushes if you go out and get them. Yes. Then what comes in your kit? The nail trimmer may not be that Miller's Forge one, and that's the best one there is. So you gotta have that. That may not be what's comes in the box. They may give you an Andis clipper, and you may find that wall feels better in your hand. I'll tell you which one I really think you would like. The Joy Z Falcon, and it's cordless. Everybody's loving that clipper, especially beginners. It's light, it's small, it's powerful, and it's cordless.
Oh, great.
And the battery life is very long on that clipper.
Okay, good.
The cordless version, I think, is $240, right around the price of the wall
size. Yeah, that's not bad.
It's right in there, but a lot of people are really loving that clipper. They love the way it feels. It's lightweight, especially as a beginner.
That's the thing. I think it's important for beginners to get the right things that fit with them, because it's like you're already clumsy learning it, right?
Yeah, it's awkward.
So picking up something this heavy and trying to learn, it's not.
I hate that clipper. Oh,
that's why it's still sitting in the thing. I haven't even played with it.
I'm so glad. Pack it back up beautifully in the box and tell them you'd like to return it, that you picked it up out of the box, it was too heavy. Say, I never used it. There's usually a 30-day window when you can return stuff.
I have all the clippers. I have all the clippers too. I bought all the.
They work. They're universal. Don't forget.
Oh, so I can keep them.
Your blades?
Yeah, my blades.
Yes, absolutely. They work on any clipper, not the 5-in-1 or 4-in-1.
Oh, no, I know. So the 4-in-1, you have to use exactly the same for the 4-in-1.
For that clipper.
Like you said on one of your videos, you just barely changed your blade. It lasts so long.
Because I am really just using it for sanitary trimming and pole
that's
pads.
exactly what I'm going to be using it for.
It just lasts me forever. And I clean it after, every dog. So I'm not letting it get built up, which is going to make it dull quicker. It just dulls your blade. That's all.
Yeah.
It lasts me a long time, but you always want to have one backup. So if you use the Kenchi Flash, you want to have one backup 4-in-1 blade, because when those blades dull, there's no warning. They just all of a sudden they won't cut. And you're like, oh, but I needed it. I'm not done.
Yeah.
And that's the same with your blades that go on that Artero, the detachable blades.
Yeah.
Once they dull, they just don't cut anymore. It's like you're cutting along and you're like, why isn't this going through? It just, in the one groom, you could be going and then it's not cutting.
Okay.
And you've got to have backup blades. So got to have a backup number 7, number 10. That's good advice for a beginner. And because otherwise you're going to leave yourself in a position. And
get tools that are comfortable for you.
Absolutely.
Very important.
That's why I'm so glad that you thought right away. You picked that clipper up out of the box. You're excited. You're like, my clipper's finally here. And it is a pretty clipper.
I had to wait long for it too. I'm like, why is it taking so long? And then I was so disappointed. I pick it up. I'm like, and I actually had the KM still too. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so much more lighter.
Yeah, the KM blows that out of the water.
Yeah.
But the KM just didn't feel right in your hand either. So
no, it's
that's
too
why
big.
I think you would love that Joy Z Falcon. I have it. I have that. I have their Raptor. I have 4 KM models because I really love that clipper. I could probably clip a dog with anything at this point. I've done some clipper work.
Of course, Amy, you could do it with your eyes closed.
But that's what happens when you do repetitive for years. So I think you really would love that Joy Z Falcon.
I'm going to go look it up.
Read the reviews. So you'll go to joyz.com. They're owned by Kenchi.
Oh, they are?
Yes, they're owned by Kenchi. So Kenchi is a brand of Kenchi. You go to joyz.com and you find the Falcon and read the reviews, because a lot of people are talking about it and saying how much they like it. Now I want to talk about, I just learned this a couple weeks ago. I get a phone call from my friend Vish from Petsked. And he said, Amy, you know how he has his little cute little accent. I love him so much. Amy, He says, one of your followers won the free year of Petsked.
I'm
And it
so
was you.
thankful.
It was you.
Yes. When he called me, I'm like, what?
Yeah. You had signed up to start the free version, right?
Yes, I use it for my complimentary washes. And as I'm doing it, I'm actually building out my price list and everything.
In the program.
Right.
So are
Yeah.
you still using the free? You didn't take advantage of the
Not
paid.
yet. I'm going
You
to take
got a free
advantage of
paid
that.
version for a year, right?
Yes. And Vish is going to meet up with me next year, January, and then we'll get it all set up,
Oh,
you
that's
know? So
awesome.
yeah,
And that's the perfect thing about this software is there really aren't any softwares that offer you that much
no,
customized to pet grooming that are unlimited free trial. The free trial has some limitations when it comes to payment processing, I believe.
right. But what you can do, like you suggested, take that price and put it back into your grooming
Sure.
price, add it
Just
to it.
say, right now, I'm doing this. I could take cash or check all day. If you want to use the card, I got to charge you whatever
Yep.
the percentage is. And it really isn't that much extra that
No,
you're
it's not.
charging, but it adds up if you had to pay it on every groom versus just letting them pay the extra $2. They're like $2, so what? But
Right.
if you're $2 extra every groom, it adds up
That's gonna,
on you.
oh, definitely. Yeah.
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 So I'm
When you said
so
that, I'm like, oh, let me write this down.
I am so happy. And it's like you were meant to do this, You're going to get that Prima Bathing System in a matter of no time. You found a great mentor. You're getting experience. You found a great way to finance your course so it isn't killing you. You're getting everything paid off. You got a free year of the software that's going to grow your business
Yeah,
for you.
definitely.
Yeah.
I am so
Everything's in
thankful for
place.
everybody that has helped me. Not going to cry, but that's how much I feel so grateful. I'm just every day I go to
Happy.
bed thinking, wow, I cannot believe this is happening. Wow, I cannot believe they're doing this for me, you
Good
know?
things happen to good people. And sometimes you just have to be the one to put yourself out there and have the uncomfortable conversation with all the groomers in your area.
That's and
Can I
Amy,
come and
that's
help
one of
you?
the main things that people need to know. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to get out there. I was
Yeah.
afraid because I
Mhm.
thought they were going to think I was going to take their business. But get
Yeah.
out there.
You
They
didn't
can
know
always
what they
say
would think.
no. You never see them again, right?
Right. The person that you're training under, you're never going to forget that person. That
No,
person
in fact,
has
I told her, I
changed.
said, I want to come in and help you because I'm doing this. I'm not going to charge you. I want to come back and help you at least one day out of the month if I can.
I want to
You
give
know,
back to you, lady. Look at all you're giving me.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been buying things and putting things in place over there. You know, she
Wow.
says, oh, wow, I'll buy it for you. I got her the trachees. I just got her the stand
Oh,
for her dryer,
yeah.
and it's because I appreciate something like that. That's double the, I mean, I would
It's
probably
worth
pay
it.
for a trainer. It's
Yeah.
$11,000 to go for in school in
Right.
person.
This is a personal trainer. And we
Yes,
have personal trainers are even more expensive.
exactly.
Yeah. I'm just all excited for everything that you have in place. You have every stepping stone for success right now, and you will succeed because I can tell with you, failure is not an option. If you need to
No.
take a step back and say, I'm taking on too much, I need to only do 4 dogs a day for a while. So I know you'll do it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes,
I
it's
want to
very
enjoy
important.
this. I want to be excited when the dogs come in. I want to be happy with them. I want to be able to love them because it makes me feel good. It's good therapy,
Oh, it's amazing. It
you
really
know.
is. And you bond with the dogs. They become returning dogs on your schedule. They know you. You'll see them in a park, a local park, walking, and they act like
They
you're
come
part of
running
the
up to
family. They
you.
recognize you.
Yes, they
Yes,
do.
and
They
that's
do.
the kind of stuff that makes me cry. When I'm in public and I see the dogs and they can't get to me fast enough.
That makes you feel
Like
great, huh? Yeah.
feels good. That means that dog said that I'm their family.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Oh,
how
Amy,
about
you said it
that?
right there.
So with the software, how do you plan to use it to grow your business?
Well, I'm already starting to grow my business. All my complimentary washes are in there. My clientele is starting to grow now. That's how you grow your clientele. All your complimentary washes, you're building your clientele already in there. Then,
Right,
after you got them going, as time goes on, put them on a regimen, skin and
right,
care membership.
right.
You
Move
got
them right over
groom.
to full
Yeah.
grooms.
So you got the groom. And like you said, what was it? Upsell. Give them the stuff to brush them out, wash, brush out, groom. You got them
Right.
on a
And they
membership
want
there?
they want to maintain their dogs between, they just don't really know. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
this brush and this brush out spray is going to help you tremendously keep Fluffy brushed out between grooming appointments. And they'll be like, add that on, please.
Yep. So you
You
want to
know,
partner up with your vendors.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Definitely, because then
Oh,
you can start upselling, right?
right. And they'll put together wholesale packages. I'll tell you, Groomer's Choice is great for that. Groomer's Choice is great for selling you like a wholesale retail. In fact, on their website, you might have to dig for it, but on their website, they have a page. I think it might be under education. I'm not sure where it is. It's a retail guide for how to retail, how to upsell. It's really
Oh,
helpful.
really?
Yes, I'll send you a link to it. I'll send you a link directly to it. They already put together packages, shampoo, conditioner, colognes, brush out spray, this, that, yeah. So you can work with them. Their prices are amazing. Another thing with the Petsked software, one of the biggest values that I found in it when I learned about it as a groomer, I said that's a huge value. So once you have your client base somewhat, or you have somewhat of a client base, but you're like, they're dripping in, they're not coming in the way they're supposed to. I need that golden retriever in here every 8 weeks and no longer. So what do? You pull up all your D-shed dogs. You can tell it because it's customizable, right? You tell Vish, I need a widget. I need you to create a reminder for my D-shed clients that haven't been here within 8 weeks to automatically send them this message saying, wow, time got away from you. Can say whatever you want in the message. It'll be automated. Time
Yeah.
got away from me quick. I know it's been 8 weeks since I saw Fluffy, and I know that you're dealing with some shedding hair there, so you got to get him in here, and
Yep.
here, click below to schedule. And half the time they're thinking about, I need to call Dawn, but it's 8 o'clock at night and they're sitting on the sofa. And they said, well, I can't call her now. I'll call her tomorrow. And tomorrow comes and they go to work and they forget. But when
Mhm.
your software is sending them messages saying, oh, don't forget, Fluffy needs a D-shed and I've got a few appointments left this week. Click
Yeah.
below. It's just crazy how you can use that software to
Yeah.
grow your business.
I'm,
And that
I
goes
like
for
it.
bringing in people too that are just pushing haircuts off too long. And you're like, I know the dog's gonna come in somewhat matted and I don't want to have to shave them. Sometimes all it takes is those little automated reminders. Anybody that hasn't been here within 6 weeks that gets a full haircut, that checks these boxes, full haircut,
Mhm.
send them this message automatically. That software will do that.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And they book right there by clicking a button.
Wow. That's one thing that I'm going to be
Well,
driving.
yeah, yeah. Oh, you'll love the capabilities there. And Vish will help you. He is
Yeah.
great. He
He is
wants us
great.
to succeed as pet groomers. And our success is their success. Don't forget.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, utilize your software right now. That's a great thing is you get to utilize it for free while you're just plugging and getting everybody in there.
Yep. And I'm sitting here building my price list up.
Getting all that in there, right? So
Yep.
that eventually it's just
So
a click.
exactly. So once I go on to the paid version, he's just going to push everything over and I'm good.
Yep.
And I can hit the ground running.
And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be
Hey.
amazing. And that
Yeah.
software, obviously, as being a business person, is going to help you tremendously with your books.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just great. And I think that every beginner should start with it on the free level.
Yes, they
And
should.
as they they're building up their client base and they're ready to, they're rocking and rolling. Then is when they can sign up for it. I think it's $67 a month, is it?
Something like that. And for the year, it's $7.99
Yeah.
under you.
Yeah.
That's the special.
And you break that down between 12, I think it's like $67 a month or something like that.
But it's
But
worth it.
yeah,
It
it
really
is.
is.
And that is something that, you integrate into your prices too. It's not much, but you just add those extra $3 for each groom and it pays for that subscription for you. But it not only helps you run your business, it helps you grow your business with these automated messages, keeping them booking while you're not even open. You're
Right.
home, and they're booking. And that's great.
Yeah, it is. It
I'm
is.
so excited for you, Dawn. Do you have
Thank
any
you
more
so much.
questions for me while we're in front of each other? Well, you
I
can
was
always
just
send me
so
an
excited.
email.
Yes, I have your email now, so I can stay in contact with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the beginners, I think it's really important to sit down and just start thinking, writing things down first, put it on paper.
Research where you want to take. Obviously, that cheap one is what ABC dog grooming or something. It comes up every time. And you look at the curriculum. I wish I could leave a review. Would be wrong if I did because I didn't take it. But I know it's a piece of crap. And it ain't going to teach them anything. And it still costs money.
Yeah.
Puts money down the drain. You didn't learn what you needed to learn. But that's not the case with Paragon
I
program.
guarantee anybody, they'll come out succeeding.
Yeah.
And it's an online course, you know,
but it's extensive.
It is.
It shows you're seeing what you need to see in the videos, right?
Right, exactly. And there's also another site that's part of Paragon that has tons of videos.
Learn to groom dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've checked that out too. It's amazing.
So many videos. You can't fail.
Yeah.
If you really want to become a dog groomer, this is the company
Path
to go
to success.
Yes.
For sure.
So much more confidence too, to know that you're doing it the right way.
You have to know that, or you won't have the confidence. You have to know that you're holding the tools right, that you're using them right, that your methods are right. A seasoned groomer can look at a picture and say, look, I think you're not focusing on the direction of your clipper work. They can see it in the picture.
They know.
They know. They said, see, it's looking a little choppy for you there. It's a little too bulky because you didn't follow the coat. Or they'll tell you that, you know, because they know when they look at it that that's
exactly. They don't need to be in person. They're that good. At least I personally think so.
They are. And and I know at Paragon that they really take pride in helping their students succeed. You know, that's important to them.
Yeah, you can tell just by the instructions and by listening to the videos, you know, they do care.
Yeah,
they do.
You're in good hands. Don't forget to send me your link for your GoFundMe for that Prima Bathing System, as I think we'll get you there right away. I'm so excited. And it's a time saver using it.
Yes, it is. And that's exactly what I told everybody.
Yeah. Of the big dogs, you will be mind blown.
I got big dogs.
Yes, you do. You're going to be mind blown of the time and energy that Prima Bathing System saves you.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun with it. Watch me.
Oh, I know you will. Everybody does.
It's like a new toy, right?
I nearly cried the first day I used it. The first day I got it and had it, this was years ago. I was a baby groomer. I was just like, I feel so lucky that I talked myself into spending this money on this because I didn't have a lot of money then. You know, still building up the business. And I was like, this is probably the first thing anybody should buy other than a table and a tub. One of the first big purchases. So I'm glad that you saw the importance in it because it's going to help you. And then again, it's going to help you do a better job. Your work is going to be amazing.
I'm even more excited after talking to you.
Oh, I don't know. You had a lot of excitement. You're passionate about this.
I am passionate. I can say that I'm very passionate about this.
I can see it. I can see it. And I'm so happy for you. But I get to follow you through your journey too. We're going to stay in touch.
Oh yeah, I'm not letting you go.
No. And if if there's a time where, you're struggling or you're breaking down mentally, we can have a call.
Thank you, Amy.
There's not many people in the grooming world you can talk to. You feel very alone.
At times, but
you do have a good mentor right there with you.
I do.
Most people don't have that. Yeah. So don't be afraid to lean on her because I'm sure she's probably somebody who's going to be really good to lean on, and she'll help pick you back up and put you back on your feet.
Yeah.
Chin up, girlfriend. Yeah. Right? Thank you, Dawn. I can't thank you enough for giving me your time too. I mean, this is going to be valuable for others.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm able to participate and give back. That's my main thing. I want to give back.
No, you are already.
Thank you, Amy.
So, we'll talk soon, okay?
Yes, we will.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.